Welcome to the Final Nine coverage of King of the Canyons Amateur Hour in Lockport, Illinois. I am Brian Earhart, joined by my co-host and player in the video, Steve Ratchin. How's it going, Steve?
Thanks, Brian. Everything's going well. Today we're going to have, looks like myself, David Garb, Nick Sestersic, and Nick Robinson here with the final 9 holes. This is actually hole 37 through 45 for us today. We played 2 holes of 18, eliminating half the field until here we are. Scores have reset. We're on hole 2 lawn here at the Canyons. Ready to roll to see who can take this down.
And this hole is awesome. You know, I love the fact that there's a creek on the left. You're shooting downhill. You don't get to skip too much. You kind of have to throw a down, kind of nose down shot that finishes straight. Give yourself a putt here.
Exactly. If you try to pin this a little too left, you're going to skip and go OB into the creek. Most players are going to be taking a little bit overstable fairway driver, play it into the pin.
And that's not too shabby, huh?
I'll take it.
Dave Garb.
Dave going Metal Flake T-Bird 3 here, trying to hold that straight stability. Hits a little bit early, but scoots
Gorge
all
shot?
the way up the circle's edge there.
It's maybe 28 foot. Oh, I like the overarm technique of Nick.
Yeah, he's a little bit unique approach.
Unorthodox for sure.
Yeah, we see that with like a Garrett Gerthy type player, like an Isaac McDonald player. Nick makes it work real well for him.
And Nick Robinson is actually from more my area, more northern Illinois, and he's an ultimate player, so you're going to see a lot of low-release stuff, a lot of hyzer flip, and a lot of smooth, buttery forehands like he is going to be throwing all day.
And he likes throwing with the same hand you like throwing with, Brian.
Ooh, the left hand, the best hand.
Touche. Yeah, so here we go. This is a little bit of a death putt. Any putt that lands a little bit past the basket will kick and roll all the way into the creek OB. And scores are reset here, so we're all even.
Exactly.
Players really need to see how aggressive they're going to get early on.
And that was the unique thing about this tournament. Every single round that you played, the scores reset, correct?
Agreed,
You just had to make the top half of the field.
That's it, yep. And so this putt right here, I had the same putt in round 1 and 2 and missed it both rounds. And here I am in the final 9 saying, you know what, Steve? You believed in Santa Claus for 8 years. You can believe in yourself for 10 seconds.
Redemption. Nice comeback putt here from Nick.
Right, Nick did stay out of the creek. He was coming back for his 3 as well as Nick. So after the first hole here, David Garb and myself taking the birdie 2, taking a 1-up lead on both Nicks.
And a couple of gorgeous putts, too. The one that Garb hit is not an easy putt, and with the creek behind it, definitely a tough death putt.
Garb does that every round he plays in. He's just a silently good player. Throws far, putts well.
Oh, yeah.
We're in for some great shots from him.
Hole 2 is one of my favorite holes in this course. It's a subtle... Ooh, actually, we're playing the straight position now.
No, yeah, this is hole 6.
Tell me about this hole. I actually have not played this position.
So, playing this in the event was the second time I've ever seen it, and quite honestly, Brian, I have no idea what to do. I tried to throw through the trees a little bit early release.
Maybe a baby flex.
It's like a baby flex, or there's like this really weird flex forehand route to try to catch a back door that I think Garb's going with.
That he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Flex it down the actual fairway and then have it come back right.
Yep.
Come back right.
Either way, a lot of trees you have to navigate. So like we're pretty much all of us are getting to.
Is it coming back?
Oh, that is crushing.
Almost a little bit too crushed.
Too crushed.
A gorgeous shot, and we got Robinson gonna go inside flex like I was talking about. Didn't quite get the full turn on that one.
Thankfully, he stayed up, though. A little bit left of where Nick's at. You can see in his back foot. Goes all the way down to the 6-8 fairway.
There's that ultimate backhand right there. Little nose up, spin control.
So many buttery flip-ups.
Garb opening his hips up a little bit too much on that one.
Just about.
Probably not happy with that.
I was a little pinched to just throw, like, the touch backhand side of the side on a putter over. And we have not even gotten to Nick S.'s shot yet. He actually flexed all the way through the path. He's in the middle of this little storage area where we keep a lot of the wood chips.
I have not seen a disc go there even on the other position.
No. And so he floated over the evergreen trees, over the fence, was determined inbounds, and able to save a pretty fun par from there.
And a tough bogey for Garb there.
Definitely a tough bogey. However, he did pick up the birdie on hole 1, so he's back to even, not too far behind the rest of the competitors. Nick able to have that flip up and down shot. That was great from where he was, and Here we are. 3 of us with a par, 1 of us with a bogey. And
no birdies.
No birdies. I do need to give a shout out to my caddy, Mark Borowski, where the day after this event came out, played that hole from the lawn tee, and got the birdie too with about an 80-foot jump putt. Yeah, it was impressive.
That's a very challenging birdie to get. Another challenging birdie to get here is this hole, 6A. Give me an idea of what you're doing here.
Yeah, so we're playing the lawn tee, which is backed up maybe about 50 feet, but elevated. Players are going to be throwing a straight tunnel shot or like a flip-up hyzer. There's a mando on the right side of the fairway, so really what you want to do is land straight to the left so you're not pinched and you have an angle to attack.
Pretty much on those wood chips in the middle of the fairways where you want to be. And being left is fine as long as you don't fade into that creek. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, that was my game plan from the beginning. I wanted to be on the left side so I can approach the green. If I try to bite way too much or if a player bites too much like this, you know, to the right. Oh, look at that stability. Beautiful.
And like I said, you landed those wood chips in the middle. That is perfect up and down for a birdie.
Nick going with that.
Ooh, yeah. Come on.
Oh, terrible tree kick. And this is what we're talking about. When you get to the right-hand side, you have to fight around that mando, and you can't really attack the green.
Exactly.
Garb here going with a Rancho rock, just trying to stay a little bit straight. Misses one tree, kicks another tree that saves him from going into the creek. So where he may not be happy with the position, he's happy that he's not taking the penalty.
And the thing about this hole, and I thought Nick was going to throw it off the tee, there is a right side hyzer gap.
Yes.
That I throw a sidearm through. And as long as you're left on the hole, you have a shot up to the basket.
All right, so there, Garb, a little bit early. He threw an overstable destroyer, and here's what we're talking about. Nick had to throw a cut flick roller, panned out on him.
And look at this buttery sidearm. Set on down. I'm going to give you a silent fist bump there.
Boom. Thank you, Brian.
Beautiful.
Nick going
Sawed it
Firebird
off.
as well. Ooh. Without that tree, he still probably would have been pin high, 25 feet.
Another buttery backhand from Nick. Gorgeous.
Dude, every time that blue disc is in his hand, it's buttery.
The magic frisbee. Ouch. And that's a tough putt to run because there's a creek directly behind that basket too. So that was a ballsy move.
Pretty much the theme of this course. Creeks, death putts, and a lot of OB that just kind of sneaks up
And
on
lots
you.
of trees.
Lots of trees. So here we go. So Nick's tapping in for the 4. Garb as well is going to be tapping in for the 4. And I believe only myself has the opportunity to take the birdie 3 from here. Man, so this round, we played 36 holes before it, and the weather was absolutely beautiful for a December day. And then the final 9 starts and drops to about 18 degrees.
That is no bueno.
Yeah, we're just, let's keep it rolling, let's stay warm and keep going.
Exactly. Jumping jacks, you know, trying to stay warm, get the blood flowing.
Right. So after 3 holes, Steve with the 2-stroke lead, everyone else sitting at even par.
And this one you have to get. This is definitely one of those birdies that you have to at least give yourself some sort of putt. It's about, what, 258 feet? And you want to throw just flat to hyzer with a righty backhand. Putter, mid-range, whatever you can get down there.
Pretty much. Just hit the gap and try to get all the way there. Hope to not get shut down by the rocks that surround the circle's edge.
Left it a little short there.
Definitely a little short
Still
there.
a putt.
Nick, a little early release and hits an early tree. Probably not the best attempt to get a birdie from there, but...
Ooh, Nick going with the unorthodox decision, but that blue magic frisbee, holy crap. Beautiful.
Ooh, got a little flight inside here. Let's check this out. Buttery blue biscuit.
And that's the thing he's really, really good at throwing it. Those kind of spin control, nose up to flip over shots.
Definitely coming from his ultimate background,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
That is ultimate all day. And another gorgeous shot from Garb. Got shut down by the rocks,
Shut
though.
down by the
Ouch.
rocks. Oh, man. So here we go. Nick going with a rhino overstable approach. Handing out right. That way it can just check up right by the basket. No
Beautiful
wonky
shot.
skips, no nothing.
Ooh, and after getting shut down by the rock, Garb did not capitalize on that birdie look. Will Steve?
I had a fantastic layup. I love where Nick's drive hit right in the pole, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to do the same.
Yeah, Steve, you know, rough attempt there. It was not great.
No bueno.
No bueno. Trying to win the event, right? Jeez. And a little look of disgust on Steve's face.
Yeah, I was like, what did you just do? But hey, you know what? This is the amateur hour, King of the Canyons. You might be seeing a little more of that for the rest of the round.
No, no. That's the weird thing about these final 9 holes, especially when the scores reset. It is a sprint, all 9 holes. There's no room to play safe. You kind of have to go for a birdie every single hole.
You have to keep pushing. Like 3 holes in, 2-stroke lead, and now Nick is like 1 behind me. He has the box, and
he looks like he's throwing really confidently too. Really confidently. We have a very long hole.
470, hole 7 long on the regular course. It is gettable.
Absolutely.
However, during this round, we were facing a little bit of a headwind and was swirling left to right.
So kind of more of a 3.5 par.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, none of us are really for this, but it's going to be tough to reach with the wind.
Exactly. Nick going with the, wow. It's always fun seeing other lefties play because I feel like they just make so many different decisions. There's so many different play styles. Nick tried going giant flex forehand.
To be fair, though, he took that Crystal Nuke in round 2 and put it all the way up to the path. Yeah, just smashed it. I went way too understable and never gave the disc a chance to come back.
Let's see what we got here from Nick.
Garrett Girthy throw, flip up.
Oh, man.
Star Destroyer and gets the full flight out of it.
I have never... Wow.
Yeah, he got up there.
I have never seen a one-step throw go that far. That was big. That was a big shot.
Just what he does. Just what he does. Garb as well. Sneaky distance. Except probably the same that happened to my throw. A little bit of a headwind rushing, a little too low, flips over, never gave it a chance.
Yeah, if you're taking a 3 on this, it's kind of what you want here. Not many 2s going to be coming on this hole, but a 4 will definitely feel like a bogey.
Exactly. The 4 does feel like the bogey on this hole. Nick coming a little bit to the right.
What is that disc you just flicked?
So that was a Star AVR X3.
Oh, nice.
Generally would throw my Discraft Zone on that shot. But just for some reason,
go ahead
my
and pick
caddy
one
was
up
like,
today.
go for it, and I was happy to pin it. Stay up, baby.
Beautiful looking putt. And do you know where Nick is from? Is he from the Joliet area?
Sort of, yeah. He's near the area. He kind of grew up around like Hickory Hills, Palos Hills area.
Okay.
He's around Tinley about right now, so not too far from this area.
This is actually the first I have seen him throw. It's very interesting and satisfying to watch him throw with that one step.
Right. I've been playing tournaments with Nick since 2013, and just every time he just quietly shows up, kicks everyone's butt,
Love it.
Calls it a day.
Bunch of 3s, it looks like.
Yeah, we're all tapping in for the 3. Again, like, we all have the power and distance to get there. It just didn't happen today. Amateur consistency, I guess.
Definitely would be a bonus to get on this, especially with the wind coming in from the from the basket. Next hole though, this is a true par 4.
Yes.
We have rocks guarding the basket, so no skips or no slides or skips will get up to the basket. You want to smash your drive as far as you can, and then throw a nice 150, 200 foot approach to the green, and try to land it on a dime, so it doesn't skip or slide out the backside.
100%. The green here is just about the circle's edge, where there's a cliff drop off behind it and then a tree and rock line in front. So you just need to hit something and skip and check up. Can't get too aggressive on the green.
Yep. Nick with a huge shot. Steve trying to match that. And he definitely did. Look at you. Muscles McGee.
I love that frisbee.
Man, little tailwind too.
Little tailwind, like flip up Star DDX. It's like a broken in destroyer type disc.
And the best one-step thrower of all time. Holy cow.
He just did this all day. Every round I played with
him. That is a big shot.
And Garb going some type of Star Destroyer as
little high. Wow, I did not think that thing was going to fly a full flight.
That's a crush.
That is also big.
We're all kind of stoked at this point because after all 4 of us, well, besides Nick Stursik, didn't put the best drive on 7, we finally all got one out there on 8.
Nick threw that a little high, nose up.
So here I finally am with my Discraft Zone, just wanting to hit and check, and And there we go.
That is a good choice on the Discraft Zone.
Love the Jawbreaker plastic there.
Oh, is that what you threw a Jawbreaker Zone?
Yep.
Sweet. Nice and sticky plastic, lands soft. Love it.
And Garb going...
Garb with the zone?
No, Innova Pro Pig.
Real? Oh, I forgot he likes
Pro
the pigs.
Pig.
I totally forgot about that.
Nick ended up going deep.
Ouch.
And here's the problem. You go deep, you're at the bottom of the hill.
There's
and
not many looks from down there.
There's not much. And, like, there's the problem. You hit a tree, rolled all the way back to the base of the hill. Smashed him.
Wow.
Yep.
Now that is a par save. He's going to write that one in his diary tonight.
Oh, that he did. You tell me about that. So you have what looks to me, it was like that's a great righty hyzer putt, but as a lefty, how tough is that to approach? About 40 feet turnover through a tight gap?
Not easy.
Right?
Not easy.
Yeah, not the best looking line there for Nick.
And not to mention that you're hyzering towards the cliff as well.
Right.
You know.
So at that point, Nick's happy to just take the 4 and move on.
And Steve, my boy Steve, knocking in the birdie. Was that the lone birdie on the hole?
I believe it was. We had 3 4s and then, or no, Garbitron hit that huge putt.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right.
Yep. We got Steve Ratch in here, 3 down, 2-stroke lead. How are you feeling going into this hole?
So we have 3 holes left. This is about 350 uphill. Plays 400 feet power to an elevated basket.
It's a big shot, for sure.
I'm hoping that if I can just get up there and keep pace with the card with 2 holes left and a 2 to 3 stroke lead, that we'll see what goes on from there.
Looks like your hips opened up a little early, but got the turn for sure. All right. Love that.
Right, uphill, just do like a flippy Star Destroyer.
What's the wind doing here?
The wind is a little right to left.
So that's why Garb's taking the wide hyzer, trying to ride it.
Trying to go wide hyzer. Honestly, for a righty, though, you need 475
That's
power
a big hyzer.
around the tree to get to the pin.
Nick releasing a little early, but gets the flip up.
Keep scooting.
That's going to be a long putt.
That it is. From there, probably about 70 feet, and having to putt from under the tree to an elevated basket.
Yeah. Who needs a full run up?
Can he get through? Just checks
yeah.
underneath.
Beautiful.
Good to go.
He's about, what, 30, 35 feet short?
Yeah, just about. Just outside the circle there.
Nick with that.
And
kind of a
the
tough
part.
lie unless you throw a big anti-putt. That's not really gettable. Garb laying up. Potentially not laying up, but definitely looked like it.
I'll give him benefit of the doubt. I'll say he laid that one up. There's the toughness of the elevated basket. Just a touch too low.
And at this point, you can't afford to be missing those putts.
And there's Nick from about 30 feet. He was trying to get the par save. And now with Garb laid up under the pin, he's going to take sole possession of second place.
And Steve goes up another stroke. How are you feeling after making that putt?
So after this, I've been in the zone for 7 holes. I'm stoked to get that putt. And so here I am looking at 3-stroke lead with 2 holes left. I have to be an idiot to lose it. So I'm
hey, we'll see. You know,
I'm in the driver's seat. Just got to make sure no amateur hour moves happen. And here we are after we have Nick and Garb tapping out for the 3 and Nick Robinson tapping out for the 4. We're going to be moving on to a combo safari hole. We're playing regular 12's lawn pad. But to 7's basket. So here's 12's lawn pad. Playing 630 down the hill where the basket is all the way in the back right corner where you can see those 2 trails meet.
Oh, okay. I see. I like this.
Right?
It makes it a true par 4.
And it's one of those where if you try to get the full distance, the full flight going left of the tree, and you hyzer out early, like my early release 100% is going to do, you end up in a bushel of trees and have to scramble to the pin.
So I saw you kind of opened up a little early on that one. You're trying to get a full turn out of it.
100%. This was hole 44 for me for the day. I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Garb throws his a little high, nose up. Fades. He's playing for the short pin on accident.
Yep, so that is the A pin to 12. We're playing 2 pins later to hole 7.
Boom.
Nick going with that Star Destroyer again, full flight. He's going to end up in a good position.
It's a great shot.
And now Nick with a fantastic flex sidearm. Just crest the hill. Oh, but it's...
Almost. Those crystal nukes are not actual nukes. Those crystal nukes are way more stable than any other nuke that they've made.
They're insane. That nuke sat in my car for 3 years and no one wanted it. And then I ran to Nick one day. He's like, "Steve, do you have any crystal nukes?" And I was like, "You want crystal nukes?"
They're fast, and you can hit them hard into headwind. And that was a bit of bad luck there. It looks like he's still got a putt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hit the little trench behind.
Yep.
Here I am early with...
What do you have here?
I'm just trying to go, like, outside Spike Heiser to kind of check up.
Mm-hmm.
And then hit the trench and roll a little bit.
Got about a 30-footer?
Just about 30-footer, yeah.
Not too bad. Should be a routine putter shot. Garb slides it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so after hitting the early tree on the second shot, pins the third shot for the tap-in 4. Especially after having that one-stroke lead on Nick Robinson. He's going to be happy to take at most the 4 here.
Exactly. And that's a good up and down there from Nick. Can he make it? Oof. That's actually, in my mind, a worse sound than hitting the bin. When you hit top nubs, that's one of the worst things in the world. It almost feels like you get punched in the stomach.
Yeah, I agree. Because I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, it's uphill. At least give it enough, and just gave it way too much.
And it feels good. Yeah, and it feels good too.
So there we go. Nick with the birdie, and then veteran move by Garb. Instead of picking up his own disc, borrows Nick's to tap in for his 4.
Classic Garb.
And I'm like, I'm going to turbo, 1 hole left, 3-stroke lead.
What are you thinking going into this last hole?
So this last hole, we're playing
safe.
1 lawn.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2, I was about 2 feet away from acing it, so I'm like, throw that same shot, but then make sure you don't have any Walmart roll shenanigans, because we do have the pin about 25 feet up this hill, where anything can happen, and Walmart rolls are abundant.
Yep, all you have to do is put your drive out there and then lay up and put it in the basket, and you should win the tournament.
Right, there's your pro tip of the day.
Play to win.
Play to win.
Not for flash.
Nick hangs out a little too right where early trees shoot him down.
That is a beautiful sidearm.
Unbelievable. Keep going, baby. No.
Ouch.
No.
And that's what happens on this hole.
That's what happens.
I've seen lefties throw rollers as well. Local Al Hermosillo always rolls this hole from the long pin.
So throw the roll first and not get the roll late?
Yeah, have it die on the hill as it's kind of like, you know, checking up.
Bold strategy, Cotton. So I just went with...
And you put it up there.
A P2, and I'm like, cool, I'm 15 feet away. Life is good. 3-stroke lead. Garb going with some sort of Star Destroyer.
Will we see an ace? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But he does get a good action. He skips partially up the hill, so he doesn't the putt from the base. Nick, I mean, here we are. It doesn't matter what happens, that he has to hit this putt if he wants to move up in position. Him and Nick are tied in this moment. And so that was Nick's putt to take solo third.
Ouch.
Both of them are sitting right next to the basket, and this is Garb's putt to secure solo second.
It's a great putt. Garb had a good showing.
Garb had a great showing.
Some great shots. He's a fantastic player.
And so I walked up to this putt full confidence.
For the win.
And then like a little bird in my ear was like, lay up, lay up, lay up. And I was like, I'm going to run it. I'm going to make it. And so pro tip from Brian earlier.
Play to win.
Play the win. Play the win. Thankfully, I did all right enough earlier
and
to
a beautiful ground play on that layup.
The amateur hour of the move. The amateur hour move of the tournament. Layup second. Then tap in.
Almost as bad as when Eagle McMahon spit out to win at Beaver State this last year. Still won, but
still won.
Amateur hour moves to end the tournament.
Oh man, so such a great event, fun format where rounds are the scores are resetting each round. I want to give a huge shout out to Sean Callahan at Delwood Disc Golf for putting this on for us. He put on the pro show that Brian himself took down earlier in March, and he gave us an avenue to show our strengths as AMs that see where we're gonna go from here.
Definite shout out to Sean. That guy does so much in the Joliet area. If you have never played Delwood Park and you are rolling through on your way to Ledgestone, you have to come check out this place. Full service pro shop on the parking lot. 27 holes of beautiful wooded golf, and you know, Sean himself is just fantastic and helpful, and the course is beautifully maintained because of the love of the J-Town community.
100% could not have said it better myself.
So again, I'm Brian Earhart, and I'm now sitting next to the newly crowned champion, Steve Ratchin. Steve, are we going to have to sign off here?
I think we should sign up.
All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and pardon my French, but deuces.